Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. Today I would like to talk about something a little bit different. So I'm going to talk about something that's very important in my city, in Glasgow, and in other places as well. So, in the United Kingdom in general, football is definitely the most popular sport, and in Scotland that is also true. However, if you look at like a place like Edinburgh, although football is still popular, rugby definitely has a big fan base there. But if you come to Glasgow, my city, people are football fanatics. People go crazy for football. It's a passion for many people. It's like their life. So in Glasgow, there are actually three major football stadiums. So we have the Scottish National Stadium, which is called Hampden. We have Ibrox, which is home to Rangers FC. And we have Celtic Park, which is my team, home to Celtic FC. So I'd like to focus on these two clubs, Celtic and Rangers, today. Their rivalry is called the Old Firm, and it's one of the oldest and fiercest football rivalries in the world. However, the rivalry is not just about football, which I'll explain a little bit in a little bit more detail. But first of all, so Celtic, which is my team, they play in green and white, and they were formed in 1888. And they're a very successful club and have supporters all over the world. You can find supporters clubs in pretty much every country, I imagine. Rangers, they're a little bit older. They were formed in 1872. I think they're actually the most successful club in the world, although Celtic is catching up. And again, they're a huge club and have fans not just in Glasgow and Scotland, but also all around the world. So they're the two biggest clubs in Scotland with the biggest fan bases. And for example, Celtic Park has a capacity of around 60,000 and it's full like almost every week. And Ibrox, which is Rangers' stadium, has a capacity of like 50,000 people. So the stadiums are really big. The stadiums are always full, and of course they have a lot of fans. So when there's an Old Firm match, the city is very tense. For example, I get very nervous like for these matches, and it's like the most important match for each of the clubs. However, I'd like to talk a little bit more about some deeper issues that affect this as well. So Celtic, my club, was actually formed or founded by Brother Walfrid, who's a priest. So it has a deep connection with Catholicism and especially to Ireland, because in the past, a lot of Irish people emigrated to Scotland, and in particular Glasgow. They were very poor. They were looking for work, and so the club was founded as a charity to support these people. So it has that deep connection with Ireland and also with Catholicism. And on the other hand, Rangers has a has a connection with British Unionism and Protestantism. So there's also that kind of clash between, it's a sectarian divide between Catholics and Protestants. Nowadays that is changing a bit, but this has historically had a lot of violence and not nice things related to it. Like tensions between Catholics and Protestants. And for example, in my school, I went to a Catholic school, most people are Celtic fans, and the other way about, if you go to a Protestant or non-denominational school, most people are Protestants. This is changing now. People are becoming less religious, and you're not just so restricted. Okay, you're Catholic, you have to support this team, or Protestant this team. It is kind of changing, but there is like a big relation with that. And it's also very political as well. Again, this is a general statement, but Celtic fans are more likely to be left-leaning, so left-wing on their politics, and Rangers fans are a bit more traditional, maybe a bit more right-wing, and are likely to vote for Conservative Party, and Celtic fans are more likely to vote for like the Labour Party. And this is also true when it comes to the Scottish independence issue. Again, I'm making a very general statement, but I just think it is interesting that a lot of Celtic fans do support Scottish independence, and a lot of Rangers fans are really against Scottish independence. Again, I know Rangers fans who support Scottish independence and Celtic fans who are against it, but in general. So yeah, just to recap, like the matches are amazing, they're really good. There's a lot of passion in the city, a lot of tension, but there's also a kind of ugly side to it, and like it has deeper things related to politics and religion, and so this what makes especially makes the Old Firm so tense, and it's like a really fierce rivalry. Fortunately enough, with the new generation, these kind of things are being left in the past, which is good. But the rivalry between, especially on the football field, isn't going to go away anytime soon. And of course, anytime there's an Old Firm match, I'll be there supporting Celtic. But I am glad that the other things are kind of being left in the past, and hopefully we can move on and build a good future together. But it is definitely one of the best rivalries in the world. The fans are amazing on both sides, very passionate, and if you ever have an opportunity, I recommend you to watch a match. But after the pandemic, when there are fans in a stadium, because you'll never hear an atmosphere like it, it's really amazing. So yeah, hopefully that was informative and you enjoyed it. And if you're interested in researching anything more about what I said, look up on the internet and you can find a lot more detailed explanations and more information. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.